and the protesters Colonel Gaddafi is trying to evict from the Libyan embassy. He's been living in the former offices of the Libyan airline. The New Age protesters have been occupying the building for 2 months.
Flat bang in the middle of Piccadilly, an area of plush hotels and sleek air-conditioned travel agents, this New Age hippie-run junk shop seems rather incongruous. Members of the American-run Church of All Worlds moved into the empty Libyan airline office 2 months ago. They alleged that before the office was closed down after UN trade sanctions were imposed on Libya, it was a base for international terrorism.
Have we got on the major news before? No.
The judge supported an earlier ruling ordering a group of New Age hippies to leave the old Libyan airline offices in Piccadilly. They've been squatting there for 2 months and running a junk shop. Sarah Morris reports.
Members of the so-called Church of All Worlds moved into the Libyan airline building at Piccadilly 2 months ago. They've set up a junk shop there and use it as a base from which to expound their messages of peace and love. They say it's an appropriate place for them to do this, as they allege the building was used for terrorist activity by Colonel Gaddafi. The Libyan government still owns a lease to the building, although the office has been empty since UN trade sanctions were imposed on the country 3 years ago.
In turning down the appeal, Lord Justice Judge said that while he realised Libyan Arab Airlines no longer had a right to trade here, that didn't give anybody else the right to occupy the building.
Colonel Gaddafi today won High Court backing to evict a group of New Age hippies from the old Libyan airline offices in Piccadilly. Staff moved out after sanctions were imposed on Libya. Members of a religious sect took the premises over 2 months ago and opened a junk shop. Here's Sarah Morris.
And so it's a significant place in which they can expound their message of love and peace.
Very, very serious work that we're doing. And that's the Church of the World working with a couple of charities as well. We are teaching people to become self-employed, and we are campaigning for environmental regeneration.
The Earth is like a fox on the run. The entire planet Earth has become like a terrified fox, fleeing for its life from vicious, savage, dangerous maniacs, pursuing it hell-bent on its destruction and death. Alarm bells are ringing all over the world. The rape of the Earth, a tortured planet, abused, tormented and dying, is a global meltdown, an ecological crisis of cataclysmic proportions.
The global environment is being systematically destroyed. The aliens have seized control of governments, big businesses, armies, police forces, car manufacturers and oil companies in every country on the earth. The arseholes from Uranus have disguised themselves as police officers, soldiers, politicians, business people and public servants. The aliens are polluting the Earth's atmosphere with toxic waste and poisonous fumes and are distributing dangerous drugs to young people. They are attempting to destroy the human race, kill all the animals and flood the world with motor vehicles and consumer products. Full-scale alien invasion is imminent. The aliens will attack when they have replaced all the Earth's oxygen with the carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide they need to breathe. The environmental destruction is now out of control. Atmospheric pollution has destroyed the ozone layer, and the hole in it is now larger than Europe, and it gets bigger every day. Global warming is melting the polar ice caps, causing the sea levels to rise alarmingly. The Antarctic ice is cracking up, and 400,000 square miles have vanished in the last few years. All the food and water has become poisonous to all forms of life, and is killing off everything, including the entire human race. The rainforests and the wildlife are vanishing. Hunger, poverty and unemployment are increasing. There is worldwide economic depression caused by huge frauds by the banks. There are millions of child slaves in the third world. Famines and wars are killing hundreds of millions. There is a global epidemic of dangerous drugs and other atrocities and abominations. There is violence and horror in the films and television. Civilization is collapsing. Greed, crime, corruption and hypocrisy have replaced decency and integrity. To deliberately cause the earth to rot and fester and sink into the depths of depravity is the real criminal injustice of our times. Our filthy planet is a disgusting hellhole, a sea of squalor and despair, a pitiless polluted wasteland, the rubbish dump of the universe. The alien criminals dealing in death and destruction, corrupt politicians and crooked bankers, are the human hunters who terrorize and kill and have the earth on the run, screaming for its life.
Beware of the aliens. They are everywhere, destroying the planet, killing the innocent, and causing general disaster. But the Martians are coming to save the Earth, bringing with them a spiritual revolution to prevent ecological catastrophe.
Well, you're going to be a star, sir.
Is that enough? What do you want more? What do you want me to do? Scratch my nose?
Can you do handstands? Can you do an Iranian flip?
What does the t-shirt look like?
The t-shirt looks great, but can you do an Iranian flip? That's the one we want.
What about switching it off and I'll put the Earth Day t-shirt on?
And what's that you're holding up, sir?
Well, it's a poster that says the Martians, teenagers from outer space. And,
Do they have teenagers in outer space? I thought they were all fully mature.
well, that's one way of looking at it. How does that look?
It looks like a man with a t-shirt and a piece of paper in his hand.
Well, that's about what it's supposed to look like.
What's all that paraphernalia behind you?
Posters. Spiritual love. Earth Day. How does the t-shirt come across? It's so alright.
Oh, he looks so good, sir. The t-shirt looks so good.
Read the book, see the movie.
This is a message from the future to the people of the world, warning that humanity faces extinction this century as a result of global warming and climate change. Can You Save the Human Race is a master plan for the survival of humanity and an appeal for justice for the children. Act 1 is all about the panic on planet Earth and the inconvenient truth that our world is in danger, which Al Gore has warned us about. Global warming is out of control, threatening humanity with extinction. Burning fossil fuels is causing a chain reaction of environmental disasters. The carbon dioxide in the atmosphere keeps rising all the time, and the Earth's temperatures are increasing alarmingly. The glaciers and the polar ice caps are melting, and the Antarctic ice shelves are breaking up and collapsing. Sea levels are rising, threatening hundreds of millions of people with becoming environmental refugees. Hurricanes are increasing in ferocity and intensity, contributing to the worldwide flooding, which will kill billions of people by the middle of the century, according to United Nations scientists. In his film, An Inconvenient Truth, Al Gore said, "Our ability to live is what is at stake." There is a state of emergency on the Earth as the global crisis threatens an apocalyptic ecological cataclysm. The human race faces extinction, Professor Peter Barrett warned in November 2004. After 40 years, I'm part of a huge community of scientists who have become alarmed with our discovery that we know from our knowledge of the ancient past that if we continue our present growth path, we are facing extinction, not in millions of years or even millennia, but by the end of this century. Could this be the end of life on Earth? The Bilderberg climate criminals of banks, corporations and governments are committing crimes against humanity, but the environmental movement is fighting back in self-defense. I have a feeling that when she unveils her puppies to the world, she's going to suddenly become world famous. I'm not quite sure how it's going to happen, but I have a feeling that she's planning something.
Yeah. What are you planning, darling? What are you planning?
The eco-warriors in Britain are organising our Noah's Ark campaign, which is a massive worldwide publicity campaign to stop global warming and save the human race from being driven to extinction this century as a result of the burning of fossil fuels. We are friends of the Pacific warriors who are fighting to save their island nations in the South Pacific from vanishing beneath the rising sea levels as global warming floods their world. The eco-warriors' modern-day version of Noah's Ark will be the travelling school for eco-warriors, publishing and broadcasting the truth about the danger of global warming, which threatens to wipe out all life on Earth, including the human race. The burning of fossil fuels is causing climate change, and the Earth's temperatures are increasing, melting the polar ice caps and raising the sea levels, threatening worldwide flooding, which will kill billions of people, according to United Nations scientists. The melting methane hydrate gas in the polar regions threatens an ecological cataclysm that will make the Earth completely uninhabitable within 20 years, and humanity is facing extinction. The eco-warriors are attempting to change the future and ensure the survival of future generations by offering our solutions to the global environmental crisis. The only possible answer to stop global warming will be for the whole world to stop the burning of fossil fuels and to close down the fossil fuel industries, which are causing global warming and climate change. To help stop the imminent genocide of humanity that is being caused by the capitalist Bilderberg group of banks, corporations and governments that are destroying the planet and wiping out all life on Earth, the eco-warriors are offering the people of the world our reality TV show for the children, which is entitled, Can You Save the Human Race? The biggest youth movement in history will save humanity from being driven to extinction as a result of global warming caused by the burning of fossil fuels.
Standing in the doorways of the armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment line, sitting around talking about revolution. Don't you know? Talking about revolution sounds like a whisper. Don't you know? Talking about revolution sounds
It's so emotional, isn't it?
Talking is one thing, but actions.
Yeah, that is great.
Oh my God, that's so
And you know what? And you can't see nothing more peaceful than people sitting, playing instruments and singing songs, and the kids being happy. That's what, you don't even need money. You don't need money. An instrument and some instrument. Yeah, that's all the kids need. A bit of attention.
Hey, that's why I'm here.
They just want to feel part of it. The adults do. They want to. They want.
That's it. I'm doing this for the children, because they are the future.
Yeah, the trip again.
You know
Oh,
it.
finish that thing.
So today we're having a little family fun day, playing a little music, doing some creative stuff. We're going to send a solidarity message to the Apache
Live stream and you
that
can
went
play.
into occupation. Yeah.
Yeah, we're live streaming.
Turn around for a minute, turn around. And you know we're on the internet. You know when I was drawing that t-shirt?
Yeah.
You've got the big triangle on the back of it. Yeah, look.
Okay, come on. Who's playing? Be careful.
Here, little man, here.
Wait, guys, we've got cameras here.
Hey, yes, little man.
Guys.
Yes.
Yeah, be careful. Yeah, but stop.
Watch out. Everything is dangerous.
We're talking about a revolution. It sounds like a whisper. Don't you know? Talking about a revolution. It sounds like a whisper. Nearly the tables are starting to turn. Talk about revolution. And finally the tables are starting to turn. Talk about an evolution. Standing in the welfare line, sitting in the doorways of those armies of salvation, wasting time in the unemployment line, sitting around waiting for a promotion. Talk about a revolution. You know you better run. Talk about a revolution. Talk about a revolution. Children are intelligent. Children are so beautiful. Children are the thing of our time. Children are intelligent. Children are so beautiful. Children are the richest of our time. I need to find the words to that. Right here, right now, right here, right now. Right now, right here, right now. You at it. You're doing something really good for the world, children. Yeah, because we're going to try and get your voice back to you somewhere, somehow. Aren't we, Nick? Aren't we, Ray? Peace and love. Every time we do it, we remember a bit more. We'll have the whole song soon. We'll reopen in a few short weeks. And if it doesn't, please give them another space. Because the fact they're paying taxes for all of these things, but they give nothing, is such a disgrace.
Hey! House early.
The old trustees. No, that wouldn't really work. Because needs to be.
Like Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I love Johnny Cash.
Please, you the flute.
Hey guys, making a music video. You're doing a music video.
Are we going to be dancing?
Doing music, yeah. Who wants to
be
dance? Okay, you can make a music video. Making a music video.
Revolution is escalating. Stop them! So big bad wolf. That's gonna be a hashtag. 10 seconds big bad wolf.
We'll stop though. Oh no, it's stuck anyway. Try to take our childhood away, childhood away, childhood away. Try to take our childhood away. We won't. Hello. 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 Hello, Gigi. Can I put school again, we will run.
Hello. Where you come from? The Elephant and Castle up that way. Hello, darling. Anyway, these are clothes, kids' clothes. I don't know if they're...
Yes, you want. Honey.
How are you doing?
Good to see you, fella.
And you? Yeah, I've started filming this children's revolution.
Really threw the book at some of those.
Jackie, sit next to me.
How much sit?
Spiders.
Chill, Winston.
Hey!
Yeah, I think so. I think we're all here.
Everyone here?
Kids. Hello, what have you done? That is exactly what... Hello! Are you sleeping in?
No.
Ellie,
Wait, are you ready?
can I use that pen?
Sit down there.
First up,
Like this is the nursery. Okay, first rule. What's the first rule?
What's that? You're not allowed to talk until you have the monkey in your hand. I want to. And
Just listen.
And if you put your hand up, you'll get given the monkey. And if someone else puts their hand up after you, they'll be having the next game.
So if you have the monkey, you can speak. If you don't have the monkey, you can't speak, okay? So I've got the monkey. So first of all, I'm going to say why we're here. We're here because, you know, this used to be a nursery, and now the nursery got shut down, but we we've opened up the space. We want to hear what you guys want to see here, because it's about the kids really. Like, this used to be a school, and we want to hear what you guys want out of this place. Like, we've got ideas like a football tournament, a disco. So any other ideas that you have. So first of all, we're just going to go around and introduce who you are. Just say your name and say like what's your favourite hobby? What do you like doing?
Starting from Ellie.
Starting from Ellie.
My name is Ellie, and I like. I'm just going to say my name. I like. I don't know, mate. Oh, I'm listening.
Right now. Okay. My name's Rosanna, and I like reading.
My name's Harry, and I like cycling.
My name's Vicky, and I like football. My name's Katie, and I like. My name is Lucas, and I like.
Hello, my name is Petra, and I like play chess.
My name is Brandon, and I like playing football. My name's Javiera, and I like swimming. My name's Mikey, and I like playing football.
Okay, so you guys like different things. We want to see like what would you like to do in this space here. As I said before, like Kate said, could have a disco, a children's disco.
He said football.
He said football. Anyone else? You can put your hand up if you have an idea.
If you want disco, swimming. If you want disco, wait. If you want swimming, shake your hands up. If you're not sure, put your hands to the middle, and if you really don't want it, put your hands down. So first, if you do want it.
So if you want a disco, you do this. If you not sure, do this, and if you don't want it, do this. Who wants a disco?
Are you high or middle?
I'm in the middle between high and middle.
Anyone else who's got another idea? Anyone? Parents?
Dance club.
I have an idea.
You could have a dance club.
Dance club? Who wants a dance club? No.
I do!
Okay, we got 3 people. Anyone else? Adults, kids? Another idea?
Yeah.
Football. Hands up if you do.
If you want to play football here.
1, 2, 3.
Mikey, is that hands up or in the middle?
4.
You don't want to play football, in the middle then, no? You don't want to play football?
Tournament. Oh, sure.
That's a really popular one. So write that, that's really popular. That's a good one. Anyone else? What do you like? Anyone? No?
I like gardening. Put your hands up for gardening if you want it. 1, 2, 3. Petra, do you want it?
I love gardening.
4.
Okay. So any more ideas? Anything else? Anything else?
Over here.
Yeah? Oh, that's a good one. A paddling pool.
Like a
Who wants paddling pool?
1, 2, 3. Who else? 4.
Yeah, go on, add it 5.
5.
We'll have it over here.
6. 7.
Well, I'm the size of 2 people, so don't I count as 2?
All of us. How many of us are there?
Okay, so
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, don't know. 12. Do you want it? What do you mean by Barbie? Yeah, 13, 14.
Okay, so what have we got so far? We've got football. That's really popular. Barbecue.
Swimming was most popular.
Well, paddling pool.
But
So
So
we've got the ideas down, and it's kind of up to the parents and the kids to collaborate and get these ideas going. So we're gonna write. So have we got
Barbecue's
them written
highest.
down?
Run, give me your pen, please.
So afterwards, you can come and write your name. Who do you think? If Andrea likes the dance club, and if there's anyone else who wants to, and arts and crafts. Oh yeah, arts and crafts. Who likes doing art? Okay, that's another one. Like that one.
That's all of them.
Okay, cool. We want to protect it really, don't we? And have you guys got any ideas? We had some ideas before on how to. This was at the last children's meeting. Who wants to read out what ideas we had to stop the nursery being shut? So this is what you wrote. Go on.
Well, we go to people who's destroying our nursery and scream, save our nursery or don't destroy our nursery. And then it says, I know we're talking about the nursery at the moment, but it's also about the whole community and other people. I don't want you to knock down our nursery because it's all we have. Why not protect our future? Because our future can protect us. If you want something to happen, make it happen. If you want the children to be happy, make them happy. Then why are you knocking down our nursery? Why stop the children from enjoying their lives? And why not protect our future?
Well done. So, who likes the first idea? First idea is go to the people who are destroying our nursery, so they're the developers over there, and scream save our nursery. We did that once before. Who likes that idea? Who wants to do that again?
1, 2, 3.
So we're going to go and do another protest, I guess. You've done it before, yeah?
Is that a middle, Nike? Yeah, middle. Nike, middle. Yeah.
8, 9. You're such a lot.
Over here, the second one was...
Where's my biscuit?
The second one, Katie. The second one, you also said that it's not just about the nursery, you said, that it's also about the whole community. So who wants to also say that you want to save the community as well? It's not just about the nursery.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You? Then you should have your hands down. 5. You?
She got him.
6.
Well, where's the first?
Wait, 6, 12. I think we should make like either a video, like a music video, or a short film to show them about the nursery, what we're doing here, so that then they know what we're doing and more people find out about it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Who likes that idea?
I like that idea.
Wait, how many people are there? I can't count.
Lucas, what do you think?
1. Lucas, do you? Music video? You can.
Okay, so you write. Who's up for the music video? We'll write their names down here.
Just one. One person.
Who was it?
Lucas.
Lucas.
Lucas. 6.
I like it.
Oh wait, we have 6.
Harry.
Katie.
Lenny.
A pen. Lucas. Wait, hello.
And what about this idea was from Petra. Do you want to ask?
Which one?
This one.
Oh yes, what do children think of the green spaces, trees being cut down? So
Earth Day is coming up.
yes, the Earth Day is coming, and this also is contact with the tree planting. So if you guys up for it, we can go outside
So
and
basically,
planting.
what you're trying to say, who wants to do gardening?
Kind of, and also send a message for the developers, please don't cut down our trees because it's so important. It's so
Trees
beautiful.
give us stuff to live.
So who likes trees?
I love trees! Trees is my best friend. I like trees. 1, 2,
So who wants to help plant some trees?
2, 3. Who else likes trees? 4, 5, 6.
Everyone loves trees.
Yeah, we need them to breathe and to have a nice planet.
15.
They're also being destroyed, so we have to help the trees.
Any of the adults want to say anything about anything that's going on?
What do they think of the the youth building being taken off of the L&Q's plans, so that they're not going to have a community centre on the youth centre on the estate. So how do they feel about it?
So guys, before they came, they said that they would have the youth building, and now there's not going to be anything for the kids to do. What do you guys think about that? Do you have anything to say about that? Denton, do you? Katie?
What about what?
That there's no more
They're not giving you a youth building anymore. They've removed it off the estate from the plans on the estate.
Yeah, what are you trying to say?
Yeah, what do you think about it? That there's not going to be any more youth building. Do you have anything to say?
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. Guys, what about you? You don't. What do you think?
And if there's more to do, for example, skate park, silver, football tournaments, basketball tournaments.
You haven't got cinema, wasn't there?
Dance class, cinema night.
Yeah.
Oh,
What were those? Cinema night?
So if the community centre was better,
we're going to do that.
You'd have like cinema nights?
Cinema night. Who wants cinema night? Cinema night. How would I say it?
Cinema.
Who wants cinema?
Charlotte said camping.
I do want cinema. Yeah.
Runnymede, let's go camping on Runnymede.
Camping.
So parents and kids, if you like any of these ideas, that you really are really passionate about, put your name down on one of these, the ones that you like
Lucas,
the
do you have an
most.
Do you have an idea?
I'm going to put hers next to
Can I have the
campaign.
monkey?
Put mine next to camping. We can do tennis.
Tennis?
What's your idea, Lucas?
Tennis. Lucas's
But
idea is
who
tennis.
wants to do tennis?
What else? Any ideas?
I do.
Maybe board games.
Board games.
Board games.
Yay!
Anything about like that we can do here to stop them destroying this place? Any ideas?
Occupied sorry. Make the occupied preschool song and singing outside the development company, to outside the gate and singing to them.
Okay. So actually making the song and then going up to them and singing it to them.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe we could do like a parade where we get a lot of people to go out on the street and hold up lots of banners and play lots of music and play lots of instruments and have fun so that more people see it as a fun thing to come and do. The way he goes and listens.
So it's more of like a festival parade thing, not just a protest, but actually doing something fun and going around the estate and making it about music and about fun. So it's not just about protest. That was Ellie's idea. What do you guys think of that? Let's do a parade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that's all of us, hold on. Who's this there? What are you talking about then? Bowling.
We can play bowling.
Who wants to do bowling then? Me. 1, 2, 3, 5.
Bowling.
6. I've got 6. Mummy, do you want to do bowling?
Is there anything else?
6.
Katie, do you have anything else you want to say? Anything you want to say to the meeting?
7 want to do bowling. 7 people. Mummy, what can we do?
Anything you want.
We can do. Oh, we've got something.
Okay. Just say how are you feeling about this? Do you want to start? Or do you want to start? Okay. Yeah. What are your thoughts about today?
It's good because it gives the children a chance to say what they like because we need it is a bad idea.
So Ellie says that it was nice today because it gave the children a chance to say what they like. you have anything to say? What do you have to say?
She took my idea.
You can say it again. Take the camera, say it again.
Nah, I'm alright.
Are you sure? Do you want to say anything? Do you want to say something?
I would like to say something. So we can do this all workshop together with you guys, if you guys want to take a part. To maybe some of them, like Ellie, pretty good for dancing, yeah? You yesterday teach me some of dance movement, and some of you, I'm sure, really good with the football, can play football. We can make 2 different groups. We can set up working groups together, and we can make real from this workshop. It all depends on you and us, definitely.
I thought it was really good. Lots of good ideas, and kids seem to like it. So we'll see what we can organise, pull off. Should be good.
So, do you guys... Where's all the kids gone? Guys, did you like it today? Hands up if you liked it. Luca,
Did you like it?
Did you like it? What's your feeling? What are you feeling about it? Did you like the meeting? Hands up or hands down?
Yeah.
I put them all up. I had a bug in my head.
And so,
I think you like to
have another one next week?
Yeah.
Hands up if you want to have another meeting. This is just the start. You guys have the power.
Children revolution, power to the children.
You like it?
Eventually, the grown-ups will be just spectators. So up to you.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
No interference from the grown-ups. Power to the children.
Power to the children.
Children got the power.
The children got the power.
Tell me, can you feel it?
Tell me, can you feel it?
Getting stronger by the hour.
Getting stronger by the hour.
Children.
Power.
Children.
Power.
Children.
Power.
Children.
Power. Power to the children.
Power to the children.
The children got the power.
Children got the power.
Tell me, can you feel it?
Tell me, can you feel it?
Getting stronger by the hour.
Getting stronger by the hour.
Children, power! Children, power! Children, power! Children,
When the Apache Indians just liked our tweet and they reshared it.
Gosh, that looks terribly formal.
Should we sprawl a bit?
I'm just wondering how we're going to do it.
Is it better more in a circle?
Javi?
Yeah, go in a circle.
Javiera?
No, I mean, I think...
You were explaining it
Whoa.
really well.
Really cool.
So I
don't know if I can when the camera's pointing at me though. Forget about it.
we're all friends here.
Oh.
Imagine my fear.
Yeah, if I trip up, will you delete it?
Yeah, it'll all be edited. No, so first of all, if you could sort of summarise, in a very clear way, why this regeneration scheme is causing concern and why it's led to this occupation. Because as I said, on the face of it, it sounds great. It sounds like a really good deal, this regeneration.
Yeah.
But just to explain what these loopholes are and what the concerns are.
Hang on.
The council's done really well at promoting this as a real positive regeneration. It's brainwashed and convinced so many people that it's a really good thing. There's lots of people outside, not on Dollis Valley estate, going, oh great, maybe I can get a house that I can afford, a secure home that I can afford. Maybe, there's going to be more council homes there if they're building more homes. There's a lot of people really excited. And that's the sort of message that's coming out from the council. But when you dig deeper into the actual figures, then from what I can gather, there's 400 homes that are going to be demolished here, and currently there's 200 secure tenants and 200 non-secure tenants, and I think about 20 leaseholders. And only the secure tenants are going to be rehoused on the estate. And people are sort of saying to me, oh, it's great, I'm going to get a brand new home.
but actually I don't know whether they really realise the consequences of changing from being a secure council tenant to being a housing association tenant, because there's going to be no from bulldozing 400 council homes, they're going down to nil. You know, first of all, they started on the they demolished the school, and that's gone. That's where they started building, and they also started building on the main pedestrian access on and off the estate. So everybody during the last year, 18 months, has had to do a detour of a good 10 minutes around to get on and off the estate, as if all these people on here, they deserve that. They don't deserve that. It's disrespectful to them. It's inconvenient to them. And there's no benefit. The houses that are being built in place start at $425,000 for a 2-bedroom, going up to $760,000 for a 4-bedroom. We can't afford it. You know, when you ask, okay, how many more houses? Oh yeah, there's 42 new houses coming up. Oh, but they're there to house the existing tenants. Yeah, so they're not new houses, they're replacement houses. I asked the partnership board, what's the difference between a secure council tenancy and a housing association tenancy? Oh, nothing. But there is. The security is a lot different, and also the cost and the service charges. Yeah, so now the nursery. The nursery is next in the way. This nursery's been here for 35 years. It's an affordable nursery, 100 capacity nursery, you know, affordable for people. The new nursery, this wasn't supposed to close until the new nursery was ready. As I understand, this nursery costs £5 an hour, the new nursery costs £11 an hour. This is a community-led nursery. The new nursery is a private for-profit nursery. So I think, you know, they've gone back on a few of their promises in that sense, and to I don't think the outcome of what's being done in this regeneration is satisfactory, as the same as all the regenerations. They're all for profit. They're not for the people. You know, people need homes. People need homes they can afford. The 200 non-secure tenants here are going to be shipped off God knows where, just like they have on Sweets Way, just as they are in Bajan House, just as they are in West End, just as they are in Graham Park. It's not on. Sorry.
That's me.
Moving people off the estate. They reckon they've moved about 25 people, and 15 of those have been housed securely. I think they're trying to get good messages out, so it might be that they've rehoused the most vulnerable, perhaps the people in the band 1, maybe the people who are sort of terminally ill or very old. But I think they're trying to get good messages out there to let people to relax and think, oh well, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. The empty properties they're filling up with guardians. That has consequences for undermining the sense of community. People who don't have a stake in the area. It's had really bad consequences. In West Hendon, and you know, people on Sweets Way go, oh well, you know, where am I going to go? Oh, I could have this place in Dollis Valley for £500 a month, but I could only have it for a month. Well, then where would I go? So it's people. Mike Freer was talking about it being a solution to squatting, an alternative to squatting, but you can't. You know, it's people who are desperate for homes, and they're losing all their they've got no rights if they're a guardian, but it's perhaps all they can afford.
I've only lived here a year and a half.
You've lived here? You've lived here?
Yeah, but I've got my sister-in-law grew up on Dollis Valley, so like I've known of Dollis Valley for a long time. But really the main reason I'm here is because L&Q have removed the youth building from their plans, which they guaranteed us 3 buildings, which was a community centre, a nursery and the youth building. Now without asking any residents, they've just removed the youth building from their plans. No explanation to why really, apart from just they think that one of our community centres on the estate didn't want to get involved, but now they do. So what they're saying basically is the new youth centre, instead of being on Dollis Valley, will be at the top of Maze Lane, which is a good 1.5 miles walk, Like, I'm not going to let my child walk up there. And then on top of that, the community centres that are run here, this is our community centre, because the 2 centres that are run on this estate are corrupt. They are paying people cash for work and stuff like that, and they are breeding bullies. Like, you can't use the community centre over there, because if you get on the wrong side of one of them, you can't walk the estate. So we've created our own community centre here, and we don't want it to go. So we would like the youth, personally, I would like the youth building put back on the plans and ran by the community. Like, give the community something out of all this regen, instead of all these private houses to private people and the community not really getting anything. Give us our youth building and let us run it for our kids, because we know what's best for our kids, not people coming in from around all over different places. They're coming in, they're using money that our kids should be benefiting from to benefit themselves. That's all I see here. And then on top of that, I was hit by a manager in the Rainbow Centre as well, while one of the trustees sat there and watched it happen. And I had to chase up the trustee in order to put a complaint in. And the lady got sacked, but now she's still working at the other community centre that's over here, running the youth work. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Like, I don't even know how these people are passing CRB checks when I know that they've been arrested on the estate for hitting people before. And it's ridiculous. So I've even been to Richard Cornelius. I've had a one-on-one meeting with him and his wife. I've told them everything that I can about Barnet Council, because like, even the mental health team put me on antipsychotic tablets for 6 years, and then 2 years ago told me I should never have been put on them, but yet I still get a prescription today. So like, what is Barnet Council doing for people? Because to be honest, like, they've torn my life apart. So I've been given nothing else to do, only come here and protest and say it's not on what you're doing and how you're treating people. It's not on. So I want the youth building put on the estate for these kids. These kids are going to miss out, and they're going to lose out in a big way. And as parents, if we don't stand up for these kids, who is? Because all people are worried about is, we'll keep ourselves quiet because we want our new house. You can have all the big house in the world, but if you're not happy, what good is that house? Do you know what I mean? What good is it? I'd rather live in my house over there and it be a little bit messy, and we have my 4 children, and I'd be happy with what I have. Because that's what people need to learn. They need to learn to be happy with what they've got. Because wanting is not going to make you happy. Do you know what I mean? You will always want more. You will always be greedy, because that's the way you are. So, like, let us show the kids how they should treat each other, and how, like, we can't just be pulling people's lives out from underneath them and expect them not to do anything. We're going to fight, ain't we? Because they're our children, and we love our children. We're going to fight for them. Do you know what I mean? So that's...
And what do you think about the nursery closing with no more provision until September?
Like I've said, to be honest, like, I don't use the nursery as a nursery. None of my children came to this nursery. I do think it's a disgrace of promising them a building and not giving them the building. Like, that's just wrong. They've done the same to the man in the shop. They've promised the man in the shop a building and they didn't give him a shop. So they're just conning people. They're going around telling people lies and then not going through with their promises at the end of the day.
And Rosanna, you've been working as a volunteer in the nursery. Yeah. And what's the impact been of closing this nursery? And again, if you could answer in a full sentence, what's the impact been of closing the nursery and for now the kids having nowhere to go?
So the kids here that live on the estate, they've got no more nursery, because the nursery that was meant to be built is not going to be built until September. And I've been talking to one of them, and she's saying that she just has to look after her kids full time, her 3-year-old. Some people are working, both the parents are working, and now they've not got childcare. Even though the council will come in and have told the press, we've tried to help these parents get nursery places around the area, but they're already they've got too many kids on the waiting list. We've got Underhill School and Whiting School, and they're full up. These kids can't go, and if I want to talk about also the tenants on here, I've been talking to some of them. One of them is she's a 60-year-old lady who's disabled. She can't go down the stairs, and she was meant to get a house straight away, but she's not been able to, and they're trying to get her out of there. And they took her to court in December. And there's also another woman who's been living on the estate for 40 years. She's a leaseholder, so she's bought her house, and she isn't able. She tried to get on to see this new development, and they wouldn't let her see the new houses. They said, no, you don't have any. You're not going to have the money to buy it. And there's other people as well on this estate who are in a similar position as that.
There was an old guy as well that lives at the other end of the state up near Garrowsfield. He's got a mobility scooter and he's got breathing problems. They've said that they'll give him a 2-bedroom flat, but he's not allowed to have his mobility scooter. Now that man uses that mobility scooter to get around the place, and now he's selling his mobility scooter because where he wants to keep it at the new places, they said it's a fire hazard. But basically you're taking the man's legs away. Do you know what I mean? If he walks down the street and goes so far and has a bad attack, he could keel over on the street. Like, what? You're taking... I can't believe that it'd be that petty that you would literally stop the man from being able to go out and do his bit of shopping. You know, it's ridiculous.
Can I add something about the nurseries in the area, following on from Rosanna? Yeah, I mean, the people that were going to using this nursery towards the end had come here mainly because there was nowhere else for them to go. There's somebody who lives near me, which is about a mile away, and they had to come over here because they couldn't find a place in anywhere else. My friend sent her children to the next nearest nursery, the Sure Start at Underhill, but because it was cut back so much, she was asked to leave there because she wasn't poor enough. I mean, what does that say? When we should be having integrated communities. If only the poorest children can go to a nursery, that's segregating people by how much they earn, and the long-term consequences of that is scary, in my opinion.
And what do you think about all of this, about the rebuilding on the estate?
Well, I think the houses that they're building, the houses that are already here, outnumber the houses that are getting built by far. And if they say that they're affordable houses, but honestly, like, the people that have, like, that are able to, like, which have a good life, they're able to afford, but the houses that they're building are not affordable. They call them affordable so they get more money to build them. They look good on, like, the way they look, but that doesn't mean that they've done the houses up and they've put loads of fancy stuff inside it, and then now that when someone moves in there, they're just going to take everything out of it, and people are looking at it, like, judging it, like, they go in to look at the house, but all they're looking at is the things around it, not actually what the building is like. So then once everything's gone out of it, there's going to be a big difference with the houses.
I mean, the show house.
Yeah. And they say all the houses are going to be like that, but, like...
Yeah, I wonder what the housing association ones will look like compared to those.
Them two are, like, separate away from each other. The rest of the houses are, like, squashed right next to each other, and the roofs are like over each other, and it looks too squashed together. Like, the way the estate is now, the houses are nicely spread apart. There's sections, but you can't really tell what it's going to be like, and it's going to be different with there's not going to be any houses when they get all locked down, and then there's going to be all these different houses, and then at the back there's going to be different houses. So it's just going to be weird walking through the estate after seeing what it was like before, and then it all just changing without, like, a lot of warning about it. So I don't like the idea of building new houses at all.
And where's Chloe?
Sorry.
No, I'll go and grab JJ.
So do you live on the estate?
Yeah, my family's secure tenants.
So if you want to say a bit about why, and you use the nursery, is that right?
Pardon?
You've been using the nursery?
Yeah, well, I brought my son over when it was a nursery, but then obviously the nursery went. But in regards to the houses, from what I found out is that you can't decorate or put any pictures up or any personal items up for a year, which might mean that they want to off you after a year because they've stuck to their bargain of giving you a house. And then some woman I know that lives over there who will be moving into those ones that are being built now, she had to fight with them to be able to keep her own fridge because technically it changed their decor. So she had an argument about a fridge and then she nagged them so much, basically they gave her what she wanted to shush her. But yeah, you can't decorate, you can't change anything in these new properties, so they're not going to be they're not houses, they're just homes where people just go and will like plot themselves.
And what do you think about the 200 non-secure tenants who won't be able to stay?
Well, I think it's not only them that have to be concerned. I think the secure tenants aren't as secure as they think because they're changing to housing association and that isn't secure. Because I used to be on housing association, my property wasn't secure. At the moment they decide they want you out, that's it, you can't argue because you're signing a contract that basically says that you can't argue with them.
And look, if you go up to the main road and along Maze Lane, because just directly up here, that was the main pedestrian access in and out, where the show houses and the can you feel it?
Stronger by the hour.
What I think is the stronger by the hour.
Children power! Children power! Children power! Power to the children. Power to the children. The children got the power. The children got the power. Tell me, can you feel it? Tell me, can you feel it? Get stronger by the hour. Getting stronger by the hour. Children power! Children power! Children power!
That's at 8, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And then they've got like entertainment before that. At least that's what we were told. You have a little mind blank.
Sitting around, waiting for a solution. Don't you know, we're talking about a revolution. Well, people gonna rise up, get what's there. That's it. Say it again, that's it. Oh, people gonna rise up and take their can't stop the children of the revolution. No, you cannot. Children of the revolution. Oh, yeah. Hope's gonna rise up. Get their share. Hope's gonna rise up and get what's theirs. Don't you know, we're talking about a revolution. It sounds like a whisper. Don't you know, we're talking about a revolution. It sounds like a whisper. Yeah, finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about revolution. Finally the tables are starting to turn. Talking about revolution. We've been suppressed for too long, and now they're doing it to the children as well. Something needs to be said now and listened to now. Thanks. One love.
love you.
You crying too?
I was crying before when you did it. It was so good.
It was the 30th was when the lease ran out, and before we threw the match on the next day. So it would be the first day.
You have to deal with it.
I lend them out to a lot of
Amused. Where are we going? We're going outside.
Just one round around the place.
Shall I help you what to say? We're like 13 children of power to the children got the power. Power.
People, especially children of Dollis Valley. As you probably know, this is an occupation to save this very, very important resource. Looking after your children. So we hope that you will join us on this spring day. We have to let these builders and everybody else, the work is actually right next to right next to you. Benefit from it in the future also. Please come and join us at the assembly we're now going to hold for the children again. Any moment.
For the revolution.
Say that again, Petra.
Up for the revolution. Every 7 p.m. is an organizing meeting in the occupied preschool. Please coming.
Every day or Friday?
Every Friday, 7 p.m.
Every Friday at 7 p.m. there is a organising meeting regarding the occupation. So please come and join everybody.
Here we will look for people.
Save your freedom, save your safety nets, save your children.
You're going to walk through the estate?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
One more and go back. You put the kettle on.
Hello.
As you know, we're trying to save the precious resource, which is the preschool across the way there.
Please don't film me. I'd rather talk off camera.
Yeah, if you can move out of my...
Yeah, but I want to ask why you're walking around doing
No, I won't.
I know, I've decided I'm ready to go. Because you're not moving out.
Everybody's on their way back to Dollis Valley Preschool. Children, watch out. Cars coming.
Baby, come on. What's the name?
Katie, if you can't really handle the dog, you need to hand him over to an adult.
Yeah, right. Thanks very much.
Okay.
So,
What you do?
I know the factory. How are you doing? Where's everybody? Where's Danny?
Why? You ain't got your bank
I just want a few pictures at the shop, didn't you, Danny?
Well, we do it with all the kids, but Zoe's come up over it.
Kind of as well, for them to come to the meeting.
They seem to be hostile.
Huh?
They seem to be hostile.
Of course they are.
It's on the estate.
Is that the community centre?
Yeah, it's protected from people.
This is the youth center.
Dad, we don't want to slide it.
Do you remember Charlotte?
Save our nursery! Save our nursery!
What have you got like petition or something going on?
People at the top.
Because it's important.
these socks to eat.
Yeah, well, you mustn't do that because you'll get poisoned. Sit him down on your lap or something. Okay, are you in the meeting? Okay, so...
Who else has any ideas? Me?
What's your idea?
What's happening here? What can we do to stop it? What can...
Yeah.
What'd she say?
Art.
Art. Any particular kind? Painting.
Painting. Nice one.
Got to be ultra confident, otherwise they cut me down.
Stop, JJ. Stop. JJ.
Nick, where do you want me?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, we're just observers, I think. I think the idea is that we're watching them. I'm not really, honestly, I'm not sure what I'm doing.
Who else has any more ideas? Maybe. I'm too bad. Hurry up. I'm hungry. Wait. I'm hungry.
Sounds like a cricket.
Happy, Alex. It's time to sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hungry. It's now an idea.
Alex.
I'm hungry.
We're all hungry.
I'm hungry.
The meeting. That's why we're here. I'm hungry.
Cake fight?
Is that on the agenda, hunger?
Could be. We're all hungry.
It's just... water fight. Water fights, yeah. But we already have that on the other sheet. We've got everything we need.
Yeah.
Who cares?
We can talk about what's
Why can't we
happening.
talk about something else? How many was us over?
No harm, Millie.
Don't need to tell you.
Perfect.
Okay, if you're in this meeting, come to me. Millie, you've already done one.
Help.
Just, it's like 2 steps away. It's not that's your one. Wait, can I borrow your tape for a second?
Three.
Okay.
Where's Skeleton?
Want to do it near the tree?
Ozzy? Nah. Effie? Who needs one? Where's Alex? Skeleton? I'm just talking.
He's gone to the load.
Skeleton, do you want one? No. What is it anyway? It's talking about what you would do to...
He's explaining it.
It's send my friend to school for 2015 and you have to write down in a little box in the middle what you would do to... Yeah? Read the pen back now.
Come here, sweetheart, come here. You said you weren't going to be in the meeting. Are you going to be in it or not?
Right, you're going to write in the middle...
Look, this is your chair. Do you want to see it?
Well done, I'm trying to talk. You're going to be writing down what you would do to send other people in different countries to school. So, what I would write is make more schools or train more teachers to... pay £1,000 for them to go to school. Oh my God. We can't make that much money. Oh my God, what idea do these children coming up with? Okay, I don't give up. I don't give up. Don't give up. Why did Ellie's put it up there? That's how we're going to save this place.
Where are we going to get the money from? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, for work. Work at school. Where's Alex? Get some money. Ching, 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 money, money, money. Oh. Also, Dylan, come here. You have to take one. No, not. Why do we have to?
The money to save this place.
I'll take a colouring for you. Yeah, that's the colouring. Oh, no. You also colour that in. No. The fish one. Right, guys, let's get back on topic of what we're actually here for. Okay, I'm writing now. You write. You write. You write. Can I do a fish one? After. Because that's for fun. After. Okay, let's go. Okay. If you think you would know a way to save this place, raise your hand. Ellie. We could... I think, honestly, the Mickey Mouse and the Minnie Mouse is a great idea. Or we could have like that, but like we could have all the kids that were here, like with instruments and stuff. And then have flies and stuff. No, it's not there, is it? What is it? Parading. Hello. Hello, we're trying to do a meeting here. It's not very easy. It's not very easy to do a meeting when you're just cutting it out. Out. Baby. Hello. Baby, over there. Oh, it's not very easy. Come to me then. We're already stressed. Baby. Baby. Come here. Baby.
You're the leader of the world.
Who else has a doll?
Yeah.
Who else has a what?
Yeah.
Yes, what?
Yeah, only money for the place.
Me. Do charity, basically.
Yeah.
Put your hand up and say that. Put your hand up, go on.
Save our nursery.
She said she wouldn't let any nursery be shut down anywhere.
My idea is I'll get on with this now.
Hey, Katie, to make everybody be quiet for a whole day.
Okay, I don't think we can do that. You're done.
Katie, I know. To get
So as a
people.
sponsor, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's just like charity. Do slash sponsor.
And make this place more gooder. Alright, Katie, make this place more gooder now. But how? That's what we're asking.
Make this place more fun, basically.
Earn the money, bro. But how are we going to earn money? Work. Work for what? Work for money.
Wash cars locally.
We don't need money to run
That's a good
them.
idea.
That's true.
Get donations and then
Or do some gardening locally.
Yeah. I think the car wash is a much better idea because I think the gardening.
You're right in it. We don't need money.
Just for sweets.
People. Music.
Where is my leader got? Katie.
To take money for that.
No, because it's not option to give it. It's not actually a business.
Yeah, she said to raise.
No, for that. To use it, really.
Or any party, not just.
Are you sure that's legal?
I think so, yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
a Y, not an I. No, it is, yeah. Okay, look. So
What is that?
Enemy.
Oh, enemy. Council.
Ourselves, really.
We're the enemy. Oh my god, I hate you, sir.
Well, if we're all one,
Okay.
then the enemy is in us as well as in these others. It's
So I hate you.
say we're all one because we're indivisible. So then everyone knows how to break.
yeah. I mean, as a child, obviously you don't, but when you get older, you'll feel that a bit more. At your age, you probably wouldn't, because you're still learning about
assembly
yourself.
still happening?
Yeah.
Guys,
Some of them have disappeared.
like this.
Is this children's assembly still happening, yes or no?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, put up their hand.
Yeah.
Well, you have to look at
You
them.
haven't asked a question yet, Katie.
What?
That's the question up there.
How are we going to save this place?
Alright, we've come up with ideas. Next topic, how are we gonna do the event? So first of all, how are we gonna do a parade?
Okay, how are we going to do the parade?
Okay, any ideas for how we're gonna actually run a parade in London? Save our nursery! Okay,
That's a good start.
song.
Costume.
Save our nursery!
You need a sort of a van.
We're going to take part
that has a platform on the back, so you can stand on paving.
Oh yeah.
We need a stage.
One of the locals must have a van.
We need a
Not
stage.
too fond of us.
Well, one must.
Well, we've got a stage. We need a stage.
You can build it.
We don't need a stage. No, if it's a parade, we'll walk here and play music and just go through the estate. So.
We kind of do need it.
And you don't need a van because then you can't get through the flats where everyone actually plays. You just be going
walking.
Yeah.
Wait, do we use what do you guys do? Okay, so we've got songs, costumes, balloons, what else? Songs.
Megaphones.
We have some instruments.
We've already got two.
Yeah.
We have guitars, flutes, and drums.
We've already got like children. Okay.
Can you go to any more sort of just out of the area a bit, away from these kind of people? Because where you're getting the negative, can't you go a bit further to
If
get
we go a bit
people?
further, they kind of feel like it's nothing to do with them.
Right.
And they don't want to help unless you get like really nice people.
No, you couldn't do some flyers and just hand them out at a local shop one Saturday
We do
morning.
do that.
Oh.
We do. We make flyers. Sometimes we do. We give it to the shop. But
You photocopy flyers. It's very enterprising. Really.
okay, so let's get flyers.
What else could you do? Well, the blackberries are starting to come. You can pick blackberries and sell those. I used to do that actually, and people do like to buy them.
We can have stands. Like
Do you have blackberries around here?
Yeah, stands. I don't think so. We could do like
Because
just like
yeah, people always buy blackberries.
Yeah.
Then we need
And they're
someone to
free.
make
And
it.
they're free.
No one place in literally. Try Barnet Library. I know one place where there's a lot of blackberries.
Okay, next.
you know how much
we
longer
going
you have
to do the birthday party? So how
No
are we going
idea,
to actually
nothing.
show people that this place is working? We could put a big sign up.
A fun day with bands and activities for children and families.
So we could have one big party
Aunt Ellen Q
which shows
trying to
everybody
get
how
you
we would
away
run the
so they
birthday
can
party.
carry
So
on.
we would pretend one of advertise how we would actually do a birthday party. And one of the children could be like pretending to have their birthday here. We don't want to pretend to people. We could just run a birthday party. Like we can't get yeah, but we could parade and then get people to stay in here, then do the party, and then give out flyers, so then it's advertising. But we just did that with the first time when they came out. No, but we need it loud, music, crowded, children, happiness, everything. So advertised by big balloons and water guns, and then we get them to bring their own water balloons.
But on that day, you should have the paddling pool that Petra's trying to get.
Yeah. Just a whole like water fun day.
What's the disappointment?
Someone was asking what outcome the election will be.
Where, in Hungary?
No, here. In Hungary, we've already had this. What we're going to have now.
And who
See,
won?
this is we're going to decide this after the we can look at dates and times and things after that. When
So far right.
Let's see, Chris.
So fashists now there.
The end of the by the post you get stuck with two parties and then in the end you get stuck with one party
In India.
Hang on, we missed that though.
Can we go in a minute, Mum? Like 1 minute. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ellie.
Just watch those they get power.
I've heard that the Greens
Hopefully I'll be here tomorrow.
military.
Or next Wednesday. Next
There's
Wednesday.
no
Next
more
Wednesday.
army.
Okay, I'll be here next
Straight
Wednesday, I
away.
promise. But
Yeah, but when people do have power,
Yeah, every day.
meeting and we come up with ideas on how we're going to save the place and what activities we're going to do.
So this place is under attack by redevelopment, gentrification. This is the last community nursery around this estate. 200 non-secure tenants and about 200 secure tenants.
You'd need a little stage for that, which Petra can do.
But what I took it all to build it.
This used to be
My dad took it. Because he just get wood, like sandpaper it down so it's smooth.
Now it's
We could get like
revolutionary place for the
do you know how you
kids.
get that glittery black
Because they're the
material?
only ones who make
Put that
sense
across
around
it.
here.
And you could bring your own little cassettes
Voice.
with your music to sing
They're very good
to.
at
You need a microphone. Talent show.
Yeah. Talent show is a good idea.
You could enter big and small. Maybe everybody do something.
So what we need to do is we just build a stage.
I'm going up to Chance's tomorrow night in Tottenham. It's poetry, music.
Ah,
Are you coming?
That's at stake right now.
Maybe, I don't know.
Just to let you
depends
know,
what's happening.
free.
Because
birthday parties
I can
in
help.
here,
I
so they
mean,
can have birthday parties for their kids,
what,
and then
organising
we
stuff
can raise
here?
money to do events here, and then a giant water fight, like a water fun day where we had like a paddling pool, then water fights, and
like the local people.
and then the talent show, we could build a stage.
You all right,
Talent
Alex?
show karaoke, that would be really cool.
Yeah,
People
I mean,
find out what they can do with the
you want to
funky
do
space
knock
like
on
this.
doors?
Then they will be really fond of it.
Can be one, but we have some leaflets.
If they learn how to get organized and how to
This, I got it done.
practice. Yeah, it might be a bit big. It's probably inside.
It would be nice, some musicians. Yeah.
That's the thing.
Where?
Yeah.
It's like a little gun.
Pretty much like a gun. Just shoot words.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or the majority
Grab,
of the
grab
other
that drink
residents
quickly,
think about this.
Yeah.
You know what sort of what communication you've had from the council about it, or lack of communication.
Yeah.
And basically, yeah, just to sort of get your message across and how you're going to be affected, you and your kids by this. It's going to be a private nursery, isn't it?
Yeah.
For-profit nursery.
Yeah, it's a for-profit. Don't give out our address to the whole estate.
You know, whether that's something that will have an impact on you and other people too, etc. So, yeah, just 6-7 minutes to get your message across, and I'll just prompt you, but just talk where and get your message across, right, basically.
Yeah, can I have a cigarette now?
Yeah, absolutely. That's Adam's the boss of all this, he's the camera operator, so we'll let him.
Just there, yeah?
Yeah, that's good. A bit closer to me, please. Yep, and you come to this side.
On this side.
Ellie, keep an eye on these two. While I'm doing this.
Is the sun in your eyes?
Yeah,
when you're back?
right. If he asked for one for his birthday, I'm blaming you two.
You've taken refuge in there.
Do you know? He's occupying it.
Yeah. And just one step closer to me, if you... Which is
Yeah,
good for the
probably
camera.
for your
I
camera,
think
it's
it's
good.
better for...
Yeah, for my eyes, it's not doing.
We're gonna be quick then, promise.
The camera,
Count
but
to-
just, yeah, count to 10 for us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, give me that. Give me it now.
Anarchy!
This is why you don't give children megaphones.
Yeah, exactly. Is he going to be alright with it? With the megaphone in the background?
I think Den will take it off him.
It's part of the show, isn't
Kid
it?
noise.
Alright,
So yeah, so obviously just always look at me and obviously just get your message across. You're the one to do that. So.
Yeah, well, basically what happened was Countryside Properties and Barnet Council sold basically every property underneath everyone, all their houses. Anyone that owns them only gets £240,000, and then if they buy a new home, they get £160,000, but they never have the option to buy it. So Barnet Council still technically own half of their house.
the people that do live here at the minute that are secure tenants, if they get put in the new houses, they cannot take any furniture that goes against Countryside's regulations. Some woman had to argue for 6 months to keep her fridge. And people are losing their homes. They've removed all youth facilities from Dollis Valley, so there's going to be nothing because the Valley Centre goes in a couple of months. The Rainbow Centre disappears in a year. So the only community centre we have at the minute is this one that is currently occupied and being run by myself and my friend and the occupiers, and other members of the community come in, but they've pretty much just taken everything and they haven't given any notice, and it's just all been taken. And this is where people live. They're not like, this is the only secure home we've ever had as kids, and it's just being knocked down so that they can make a few £100,000 to house some rich new people,
or a few million.
Yeah, a few million. You never know. Yeah.
And with this nursery being shut down and a new private for-profit one being built, where are the kids going to go that live on this estate, the families?
I don't know, because the new nursery that's coming in, this one used to charge £5 an hour. The new nursery that comes in, I think, is charging around about £16 an hour. And that's a huge, especially since some of the residents on here use this nursery, they can't afford. They've somehow now, if they want to find their child a place in a nursery, has to find an extra £11 an hour. It's ridiculous.
Have your children used this nursery as well?
At one point, my son he came here for like a couple of months while it was running as a nursery under my supervision because he was still younger. But yeah, we used to come here.
So how do you think local residents and your friends will be affected by this closing of this nursery?
Well, a lot of them are probably going to have to reevaluate like what they do. Like their jobs might have to be reevaluated, so then that's going to change their whole family life. It's going to change because, I mean, people around here, it's not a secret, people around here struggle. It's not, I mean, it's a council estate, so people aren't like loaded, but I mean, I wouldn't say they're poor either, but they're not loaded enough to have this extra income to be able to cover for childcare costs.
How strong do people on the estate feel about this redevelopment and the closing of this facility for children?
Well, at the moment, unfortunately, a lot of the people on the estate still think it's a good thing, and so did the people that currently live in those blocks there. They thought it was a good thing as well, because one of my friends lived there. Until then, they got the specifications of what they're allowed to do and what they're not allowed to do and what you can and can't. And there's also a thing that after a year, there's a chance you won't be able to keep that home. You're only signing a yearly contract, so they could chuck you out after a year and leave you homeless because they've given you your notice. So there's no guarantee for anyone.
And as people have come to be aware of what's really going on with these conditions they weren't aware of before, have you seen an increase in support from the local population on the estate?
A lot of people have shown support, yeah, but they're scared. A lot of people are scared to speak out or say what they want because the council or L&Q or Countryside could turn around and say, no, we don't want them, and because they're causing trouble. But a lot of people are scared to stand up for what they believe in case of the consequences.
And that's a genuine fear amongst people that if they exercise their right to express an opinion, they'll be potentially deprived of housing.
Yeah, it is a general concern because people, they do think if they speak out, the council could withdraw their housing right. The council could withdraw their housing right, and that it is a scary thought that you could lose your house if you don't agree with what they're saying.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of the families that are being moved out on the insecure tenancy agreements, do they know where they're going, when they're going to be rehoused?
No.
Have the council made people aware of what's going on?
No, people that are in insecure tenancy have to find their own property. They have to find their own one under their housing association, so private lettings and stuff like that. They have to find it completely independently. And if they don't, then Barnet Council really pretty much will put them in a hostel somewhere and leave them there until they sort themselves out, I guess.
And with the compensation they've been given for the homes they're being moved out from, will they be able to find somewhere in the local area
It's very hard in Barnet to find a private letting that will accept housing association. It's very hard to find one. Because I mean, I've been looking, my friends have been looking, it's just hard. There's not many that would accept a housing association payment.
What do you think the council should be doing to ensure people are adequately housed and can afford to house their families and also to have care for their children? What do you think the council should be doing?
Well, instead of knocking down council housing, maybe adding more to it, instead of removing, like I think from here alone there's going to be 400 less homes or something like that. Instead of minimising how many, they should be maximising more. and there should be more stuff that's affordable, like more affordable nurseries like the one that used to operate here, instead of these nurseries that just run for a profit. That's what they need to do. They need to maximise council housing more, instead of building private housing, and more accessible nursery places that are affordable.
Fantastic, great.
Yep.
Excellent for that, Zoe.
That's all right.
Cheers.
Sorry, someone's in my eyes the whole time.
No, it's alright. Should we get kids on board now? Kids going?
Els, your turn, mate.
What do you reckon? Do you want them here, or should we have them at the table? And I'll crouch here. And they can ask questions for us. Should be like a little
Yeah, I mean, people will have an opinion on it because they've been told. They've been told that. They've been told that their houses aren't going to be built because this is going to sit down.
Yeah, if you can sit down, Ellie. We'll get Lewis to sit next to you as well. And then we'll look at you. We'll just have a really quick chat. So it's really nothing to worry about. So what I'll ask you is sort of. They've interviewed a kid before, I don't know what to ask.
Yeah,
Although she's quite although you're quite clued up, aren't you, about what's going on? So I'll just say, what do you think about what's happening here? About what the council's doing? I'll say, what do you think about the nursery being shut down? Yeah. We'll get the. Can you hear what she's saying? Can you count to 10 for us, Ellie, quickly, just for the sound check?
1,
Yeah,
2.
yeah.
Also good?
Yeah, I'm rolling.
Yeah. So Ellie, what do you think about what's happening on the estate with the nursery being shut, the homes being knocked down? What do you think about it all?
I think it's not good.
It's not good.
Because people are losing their homes and kids are losing their education.
Mm-hmm. And where will the kids go now the nursery's shut? Do you know where they're going to go?
I think there's a new nursery being built, but it's a lot more expensive and it's a private nursery.
So is it a good thing, do you think, that this is happening?
No.
And what do other kids think about it? Are they going to miss their nursery?
Yeah, a lot of the kids like it here because they always have something to do. And it's going to be quite sad when it goes.
Is it quite a fun place to come and play? Yeah. Do you come here a lot? Will you miss it? So if you can just say the whole sentence. So will you miss this this nursery when it's closed?
Yeah, we'll miss this nursery when it closes.
Yeah. And what about your family? Are they going to be moved as well from where they live?
We're not going to be moved, no. But we moved here a year ago.
Yeah, come and sit down, Lucas. We'll chat to you in a sec. So first, Ellie will have a chat to us, and then we'll ask you a question, Lucas. Yeah.
We moved here like a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was quite a nice place because there was like lots of people to play with, and then we started hearing stuff about that the house is going to be knocked, and then like we just realised it's going to be a lot different than having loads of friends to play with, because it's just going to be an empty estate with a couple of houses, and then they're going to build all these houses, and then there's going to be certain odd houses out, and then it's just going to be different without anywhere to go on the estate, just being bored.
Yeah. Do you think a lot of the houses that are being built are going to be very expensive houses with a lot of money? Do you think it's right that the council is building these expensive houses and not thinking about people with less money that can't buy them? Do you think that's something the council should be thinking about?
Yeah, but they're more worried about money than they are about what people want and how they want to live.
And is that right, do you think, or is that wrong?
That's wrong.
Yeah. And he's gone. Off he goes.
Lucas.
He'll be back.
Lucas.
Lucas, come and chat to us for a sec, Lucas. Or does he not want to?
No, he will.
Lucas,
Come on, Lucas, do you want to come and have a quick chat with us? Be on television, be on TV. So, if you look at me, Lucas, do you come here to play a lot in this surgery?
Yes.
In this nursery?
Yes.
And
yes, I play a lot of games, and I play with the scooters and everything, and I play with those toys over there, and I play with the trampolines.
And Lucas, when the nursery's shut, are you going to be sad? Are you going to miss playing here?
No, I won't miss playing here. No.
You're not going to miss playing here?
No, I won't. I won't miss.
What about all the Legos?
Yeah, what about the Lego, Lucas?
Yes, the Lego.
We can save this for outtakes, can't we?
Do you
okay.
want it to go?
Do you want the nursery to stay here, Lucas, or do you want to go somewhere else?
Stay here.
And what do your friends think? Do they want to stay here as well?
I think so. Yeah. Yes, I do.
Okay, you've been very good, Lucas. Well done. Thanks so much. Fantastic. Good. Some shots. Yeah, great. Well done, guys. I think that was really good.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Lucas.
Lucas.
Well done, Ellie. It was really good. Well done. Your TV debut.
She's so bright.
Yeah, really good. Yeah. It's really good stuff. Good. Make it visually in the story. But you know, we've covered a lot of stuff. I was covering the UAL occupation the other day. Covered E15. The one with the Russell Brand delivered the petition.
Yes.
New Era estate, and I covered the Aylesbury estate. You know, where they put the big fence up around the whole thing.
You heard what happened, of course, with the fence on Aylesbury.
Well,
2,000 people was just go there and pull it down.
Oh, they pulled it down, did they? Yeah.
One of the fences like this costed more than 150,000
I know.
pounds. It's so funny. It's just wood, mate.
I requested information from the council about the costs, and they weren't prepared to comment on it. How much all the security arrangements had cost, and it was just funny because I interviewed one of the residents. They wouldn't let me in to the estate. In fact, one of the guards pushed me out when I tried to do the report. But I came back later that night to interview a resident, and she was saying, we're more scared of the guards than we are of the occupiers, because the occupiers are here to protect us, to fight our corner, and we were more worried about the guards, which completely negated the council's version of events, which was the guards are here to stop these horrible
terrorists,
anarchists over there. So. Yeah, that was a good report to do, yeah.
Well, I think, like I said, I think you've got a world exclusive on the Children's Revolution here.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, they were very astute kids, yeah. I mean, Ellie especially, for an 11-year-old.
Yeah, she's really bright.
She's very on the ball, yeah, about what's going on. Yeah, that was...
She's who helped to organize the kids' assembly. We teach them facilitating, but it's so easy.
Yeah.
And they made a lot of pretty nice points, and they have a weave how they want to fight for the nursery.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's why we're here.
I love working with children.
Yeah.
I remember we had one time, it's a really a strange meeting with the local peoples, and they had a meeting in the nursery room as well. What we don't decide it in 2 weeks, they decided in half hour very well.
Yeah.
They have good point, they made a good workshop.
Yeah.
They a little bit like set up a campaign idea.
Yeah. Brilliant.
So it's really good.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again for your comments, and we'll see what we can do. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Good luck. Cheers. Yeah, you got my card, yeah?
Yes, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Sweets Way, to get interest in the Sweets Way. That's why people turn up and see. Sadly, maybe it may not be. That's why. There's so many of these struggles around here. Yeah, well, it does seem to be a particular area for it. There's quite a few links.
Yeah, the Barnet is a very strange experiment also for outsourcing and privatization.
Okay, Jasmine Stone.
Yeah.
Have you got one for her?
Yes, it's
You're all right,
074.
Yeah, sure, I don't mind. Oh, sorry? 074
698
698
89 069.
Dolly.
Do you have one for yourself? If I need, why not get one from that?
This one. This is a new phone. Yeah, but these leaves are very annoying. It's upside down. It gets stronger and stronger, and it's up, down, up, down. It's
Oh, right,
it's very
okay.
bipolar.
Do you have any sort of background material I mean, as I say, I've looked on the internet, but do you have any leaflets or anything that could give a sort of fact sheet type of thing be useful?
I think so. I'll take a look inside. Or I can email you something.
Yeah, sure.
Well, you've got all the stuff that the Guardian did and Russia Today. Oh, you've seen all that?
I've seen the Guardian story, so that's
they did a very, very comprehensive. And then there's the locals, isn't there? The local.
Yeah, there's been local paper stuff. So I just wanted to make sure I got it all right.
But Diane found out quite a few things.
So yours was 07.
Just a second.
Oh, right. Okay. Just double check. So have the council threatened to come in with bulldozers and said we're just going to take it down? They haven't got to that.
That's the thing, that it's very quiet, probably because of the elections.
Yeah.
And
they've got plenty to get on with at the moment. But when they finish that and then they want to move on here, then maybe they'll start getting a bit heavier.
They would. I mean, not the council, but LNQ and Countryside would really want to hurry up because they are falling behind on schedule. It's not the first time we meet LNQ. You heard about the Cathville protests last year?
No,
it wasn't that big, but we caused them a lot of damage.
Oh, did you? Oh, right.
Yeah,
okay.
It was good to warm up.
Well, it was, I think, Mr. Kaplinsky. He's the Daily Mail photographer.
Oh.
He came down to Cathill.
Oh, right. Okay.
I've got his number somewhere. Keep an eye on my dog.
I don't know.
Nursery and the educational issues, because this is the last community nursery here. There's going to be a private one.
So the private nursery, what is the disadvantages of that?
It's expensive and it's private and it's not there yet. That's the three problems.
Okay.
It's only from September, so they just...
Have they started building that? So have you seen any evidence that something's happening?
I haven't, but they say that they are.
Okay. Okay.
Have you considered inviting your guests in for a cup of tea or something?
Yeah, we can if you want.
Well, that's very kind. I think we'll probably we probably have to head off. We might come back later when there are mums and kids all around.
Yeah, it's around 5
around 5 o'clock.
It's always a bit more lively.
Okay, yeah. And just to get a bit more about you, the Barnet Bohemians, and how long you've been around for?
Well, it's been 3 years, something, since 2012. September.
Okay, so you've done quite a few of these things before.
Yes, yes.
And how many are ongoing at the moment? There's a couple or 2 or 3.
It's just Sweets Way and this one.
Sweets Way.
Well, you were involved with Soho and the Love Actress and also winter.
Yeah, well, in the winter, yes. Well, the 12 bar, for example.
Why did, going back to Russell Brand again, why did he get involved with Sweets Way in the first place?
It's Jasmine caught him in.
Right, she just
showed up.
She just called him up.
Yeah.
And he said, okay, I'll come out and...
Well, they are kind of living in a symbiosis relationship.
Oh, right. I didn't realise that.
15 mothers, you know, they were the first mothers to do housing protests. It was us, hairy hippies and strange people before. And then the mothers got really angry and that helped a lot.
So did she know him?
Yeah, since then. Well, he started a cruise and he visited them in E15.
Yeah. But before they were protesting, did he know her?
No,
or was it just she said, look, we've got this situation, we're all single, well, mostly single mothers with children, we're being thrown out, will you come and help us? And he just thought that was a good project.
Yeah. I wasn't in the country at the moment, when it started. I think it was 2 years ago.
Doggy! Oh, did you see where... Oh, there she is.
And then she has links with you here, so she knows about it. She's been down here.
Yeah, she has. Yeah. In the beginning, it was running a bit more smoothly.
Okay.
And there's going to be lots of panic in a month or two. This is like in the middle of vacuum.
This is when the crunch time comes, you mean?
Yeah, because this already happened, but that hasn't happened yet.
What's that?
The housing boom.
Oh, right. That's going to come down, is it?
Yes, 2 or 3 people are already being arrested and taken to court to get kicked out.
Okay.
It's just 2 or 3 people and it's not on a massive scale yet.
Because there are the unsecured tenants who presumably don't want to be moved out, but are being told they have to be.
And they're
Whereas
not
the
being told
secure
yet, that's the
tenants.
thing. Not all of them have been told yet. I think most of them have no idea just yet.
Okay.
They're just trying to reach out. We came for the nursery, but it turned out that it's much bigger than the nursery.
No. And so what do you think's going on? You're talking about gentrification. Is this basically money making by the council or by someone?
Yes, well, these nice little companies. This is L&Q, London and Quadrant, and Countryside. These are the two companies involved.
Yeah.
In Sweetsway they had a big map of London with just the companies written on it. Who's doing what, where exactly. We worked in Soho during the winter. We occupied the 12 bar and see into what's happening with the nightlife of London, same. So this is some massive scale of, I don't even know what do you call it, social engineering from the top. I think we're trying
It's
to
kicking the poor people out of London and replacing them with wealthy people from mostly from overseas.
Yeah, it's more profitable for the council as well. They have more wealthy people living here and paying more rent. Trying to do some reverse engineering from the bottom.
Well, there's also the question of corruption. I mean, there's a big inquiry, Occupy Democracy and a number of other groups working on trying to discover how corrupt the politicians and the developers are. It's believed that it's massive corruption. I don't have any details myself, but there was a document produced, wasn't there, the Revolution Day? The document that was taken into the BBC, which showed the corruption by the politicians.
Yeah, that's the guy, yeah.
I mean, that's in the background. The legal basis for protesting and trying to stop this. Believe that the politicians and the corporations and the banks are working together in an extremely corrupt manner to rob the people. You know, I mean, it goes back to the banking crisis and what happened to everybody's money. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Well, I know about the banking crisis, certainly.
Yeah.
I'm very aware of that.
But it's the movement, in general, I mean, I don't know how you describe it, the resistance movement, we are trying to close down the capitalist system on the grounds that they are robbing everybody. Massive corruption. The money just disappears into offshore bank accounts. And politicians are robbing everybody.
Yeah, if you know that about Sweetsway, it's owned by Ennington Homes, that's owned by Terra Firma, owned by a guy called Guy Hands, who's also, he lives in Guernsey and he's registered in the Cayman Islands, so it's the same story almost everywhere. That most of the profit goes into these tax havens.
Okay.
I mean, well, I don't know which estate it was. They paid 50 million, and it's going to be billions, 20 billion or something. You know, I mean, this is all going on all over London. Earl's Court, Camden, Aylesbury Estate, Southwark.
Yeah, Brixton.
Of course, the
Justin
politicians,
Barnet,
local and national, are taking their bunks.
It amounts to probably hundreds of billions, possibly trillions. It's a massive amount of money. It's been drained away from the people and into the pockets of the corporations, the banks and the politicians. They're working together in a massive conspiracy against it.
It's surprising how cheap our politicians can be bought for. I mean, William Hague was bought for a mere 70 grand, was it? To hand over Sweetsway to what's his name, Hand?
Also Mike Freer was very cheap
they
to buy
are,
before they criminalised squatting.
Cheap little horse.
So can I ask your name as well, if you don't mind?
I'm Noah.
Noah. Okay. Is that the only name you give out?
It's the only name I've ever had.
Only one you've ever had. Okay, fair enough. Okay, look, well, thank you very, very much for being so open about this. If there's anything you can email me, and we may well sort of swing by again. But I think with all the stuff I've got for the internet and the quotes, and I'll do some phoning round of others, and come back to you if I need to. But
around 4ish I can give you a call if I can see.
Yeah, sure.
And then by 5 we've started.
Okay, I'll give you a call and see if there's anyone around. But very nice to meet you. Cheers. Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. All right.
Sorry.
Cheers.
Oh, can I take a picture of you in here?
That makes sense. We can email you a lot of pictures with us and
Well,
the kids together.
No, I don't want. I think you're on your own. It's difficult for children nowadays. You have to ask permission.
Well, we have.
No, but I mean, I'd rather have the mothers
of
of the children.
campaigning material pictures. But this just looks like, I don't know.
But I just want it with the
Doesn't look
signs on the
lively.
door, if that's possible.
Well, you and Petra.
It's all new.
Yeah, they are.
That's new there.
Do you mind asking? Or
Okay.
Is it Petra you came out?
Doggy. He's always interrupting.
exploring.
Well, interrupts my filming, you know, because I need to keep an eye on it. Doggy, come here.
3 hours as far afield as Leeds and Wembley, Birmingham. So what happens to the children? Well, some are even taken into care. If the parents have nowhere to go, nowhere considered suitable for the children to be, then the children are taken into care. So they're thrown out of their homes, and the
I'm just
children are
wondering
taken
on
off.
this particular preschool where it would normally be up and running, wouldn't it? So I'm just wondering where the kids who would have been here, I take your point, some of them may well have ended up in that situation, but there are a lot wouldn't. And I just wondered if there was an alternative place they went, or had their mums basically had to look after them full time.
Well, those who can, but of course a lot of mothers are forced to work as well.
Well,
so,
exactly. I was going to say the working mums, they must have.
They're put into the hands of relatives.
Yeah.
If they have relatives.
Yeah. So it's a sort of
There's no
situation.
It's an appalling situation. It's absolutely criminal in every regard.
Yeah.
I missed that. You're going to have to say that again.
You shouldn't have said there's a camera involved.
Oh, right, okay.
Maybe a couple of hours.
Yeah, I'll get the banner.
Story of social cleansing, or
Well, I'm
Russell
just,
Brand
you know,
in particular, or
I've just
what
been
is your
sent
angle?
down to get information. Sort of a freelancer sort of sent in stuff about this, and so I was just told, you know, come down and suss out the situation. So we haven't, you know, we haven't yet got an angle or anything. It's, once we.
Can I ask you to come
Yeah,
here?
of course.
Yeah, and you can see this.
But once we're down here, we might as well get everything in the bag and then go back and see what they want or if don't want.
Well, it's a good story. I think you've got a world exclusive, you know. I mean, it's the kids themselves. As I say, details escape me, but the kids themselves, Children's Revolution, you know, they've done a banner there saying power to the children.
I saw that, yeah.
They sing the song, you know, and it's the kids. It's not the adults, really. It's the children.
Well, we're hoping maybe to see some kids down here, but is it, when the kids are here, is it from Sweets Way kids and from here, or is it mainly just from here, the ones who would normally be here?
I think the parents and the children come from both,
Yeah.
and other places as well, but again, you'd have to ask them.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure,
the details, I'm sorry, I'm not very good on that. Sorry.
No worries.
Lovely, thank you.
Perfect. Can I ask your name as well? If that's
My name is Petra.
Petra, Petra.
Yes.
And just surname?
Petra Albert.
A or O? A-L? B-E-R-T?
Yes.
Excellent. And you're just another member of the Barnet Bohemians?
Yeah, I'm not Barnet.
Okay. I don't like asking your age, but do you mind giving it, or?
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Fair enough. Take down your banner.
This is a souvenir from our winter adventures.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, well look, you've been very kind, thank you very much. We may well come back later.
You can pop into Sweets Way at some point as well.
Yeah, how do we get there? How close is
Not
that?
far, it's a couple of minutes with the car.
Right.
It's, you go down to, what's it called, Whetstone, Region Whetstone. There's an anti-police station on the left, and the pub on the right, on the corner.
Okay, well we can look up the postcode and probably...
Yes.
Or actually you can do that, Sweets Way. Yeah, put it in the machine. Okay then.
91 is the one that we're holding and the main school.
Okay, 91 is where you're based there, is it?
Yeah, that's where our group is based.
It's brought it to bigger attention, hasn't it?
Yeah, of course it is, yeah. Well, we showed up, we called in our local friends from Barnet, who just came from the school back to Barnet. So there was a lot of commotion and also Russell that showed up for like an hour or two. And
that was in March, was it? He turned up there, or was it? Yeah.
Yeah, and then he came back for a sleepover in 2 weeks or something.
That's right. When was that? 2 weeks ago, or something like that?
No. It was maybe a week or two after he first came there.
So
and then
end of March type of thing, yeah. And then how long was the sleepover? Was that just for one night, or?
It was just one night, but he brought like 150 or 200 people with him. Well, he drove them in.
Local people?
No, it's just people from all over the place.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
But they just disappeared in the morning, so didn't have too much.
Came and went. Yeah. Okay. Okay then. Well,
5 o'clock.
See you.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
All turned up, but
Daily fascist. That's all there is. Interested in this trash in brand, really. Not interested in this story. They're part of it.
There should be 1 or 2 mums who actually have children here this afternoon. Yes. Okay then. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Right. Well,
we didn't get any notice of a court order.
Right. Well, the court's
this is the
taken
first we've heard about
it.
this.
The court's taken the right process, as have the council, and the High Court have made a writ of possession for us to remove people from the property and hand possession to the council.
But you've broken in here without any
we
notice.
haven't had to today because the door was open anyway, but if we needed
our
to,
door's
we
not
could have
open.
done, okay?
Yeah.
But we're asking you to leave now, peacefully, so that we don't have to physically remove you from the property.
I understand that. All I'm saying is it doesn't...
Can you get your stuff together in the next 5 or 8 minutes?
Yes, I've got most of it ready.
Super. Do you want to put it outside the gate and then we can ask it
I'm
later?
happy to help my friends move. We'll all go together. It's not a question
They're
of...
just about finished.
Well,
We need
I'll
to lock up
discuss
in the next
it.
5 or 10
I'll
minutes.
discuss it with them. You know, I'm not trying to resist you. I'm just questioning the legality of what you're doing. The fact that you...
Do you want to get a copy of the court order on your camera so you can see? Okay.
I'll scroll down to the bottom. I can check that later. But
yeah,
I mean, it's possible that what you've done is legal, but it doesn't seem to be.
Okay. Well, I mean, I assure you that it is legal.
I don't think anybody let you in here.
Right.
The gate was locked. The gate had a...
We don't need to gain peaceful entrance on a writ of possession. Okay, we can call a locksmith if required, and we can also do forced entry if need be.
We've broken the chain on the gate to get through the gate, and then the door to the school was open anyway.
There's no
but
sign
we
of
could have
forced
forced
entry.
it if we'd needed
Yeah, okay, so you broke in through the gate, but without any legal justification.
There's a High Court writ of possession here that provides that we're able to do that. Okay?
Aren't you supposed to provide, give notice?
No,
it's a High
not
Court
in a High Court
The
writ.
court have given the notice. If you want to...
Not to us. No notice was given to us.
So the court process has been done, okay? So the court would give notice to persons unknown at this property, okay? That has all happened. If you want to challenge that process, you'll need to make an application to the court, I would suggest. But I can't give you advice. I suggest you take some independent legal advice.
Yes.
For the moment, please gather your items. We'll give you another 5 or 8 minutes to get it all together. Thank you.
Okay, well, I'm a legal observer, and I will, as I say, I'll help my friends to sort out their things as well.
We're quite flexible. As long as you're seen to be moving your items out, we'll allow
Yes.
you to come straight back in to gain some more. We're not going to shut the door behind you, but you need to be seen to be getting your items out rather than just standing here delaying.
Okay, well, as I say, I'll help my friends. And,
by all means, we have no issue with that, but what we're saying is, in the meantime, why don't you take your possessions out as well, put them out the front, and then you can come back. We're not going to stop you coming back in to help your friends pack, but then obviously once that's all done, then obviously you're going to vacate the premises.
Well, I'll put my dog on the lead and I'll get my things.
Yeah,
I've got them ready. I don't think you'll have any problems.
Yeah, by all means, you can give me a shout. Thank you.
Thank you. We're being evicted. Sorry, doggy. I'm going to have to put you on the lead, and we're going to have to go. Okay? Nothing to worry about. Yeah? You happy with that? Have the others gone?
Yeah, it's just only you 2 left.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Peter is jogging, so let's hope that he gets back.
Ah.
The thing is, you guys can speak to the council, set up an arrangement, come to pick the stuff up at another day, another time. Obviously,
Well, if we arrange with the same people who are running it, maybe through them, probably not directly with the council. Usually they are scared of us, but...
What about the kitchen? Stuff from the kitchen, you getting that as well?
Yeah.
So the others are coming in and out to
This in
pick...
one of my pockets.
The others are coming in and out to get the stuff, are they?
Yeah.
Okay, well I'll help you to sort your things out. Just give me a shout, I'm still sorting some of mine.
I'll try to get some energy inside me.
So, give me a yell if you need some help.
Okay.
Well, I can't understand why they didn't give us any notice. Doesn't make sense.
okay, so we need to be quick now.
Yeah, well, as I say, I'm helping him.
Huh?
Are you going to need to come in and out a few times?
Yeah.
Are they going to let you do that?
Yeah, they should. They better.
Oh, I'll just hang about.
We've got the moral high ground at the moment.
Well, I'll stay in here as long as I can.
Okay.
How you doing? You still got more stuff to go?
That's it. That's all that was going to be taken. Anything else needs to be arranged with the council now, which the lady agrees with anyway. And the other chap's quite amped about his house.
They have a dog unit because they can move with just a dog unit if you have a dog. It's very important.
Sorry, I don't... I've got my dog under control. It's not all toys from the nursery.
All right, step out and I'll bring you food out.
Yeah, and I appreciate that, but as I say, the eggs and the bacon and things like that are probably more important. Whew. And there are personal possessions.
My plants inside. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do not to be too radical. There is my 4th plant.
And you did mention that the man who's outrunning property in this room.
Yeah, and he's got all his personal things here as well.
Quick then.
The family.
If you want to grab them 3 plants.
Don't cause a problem with his stuff. Don't cause a problem. Hey, he's only outrunning, so...
Look, we're giving possession to the council. The council will have the keys. The contractors are going to put security on.
Well, we need to get his stuff, okay?
He can contact the council later.
He can't contact anyone because he doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure we should be taking his things out, including the food.
Yeah, because I've got his phone. That's the
Come on, come and get his stuff out quickly.
Yeah. Do it. Get the food as well if you can. All right. Well, how about I sit here and just.
The gate, please, sir.
Well, yeah.
I'll bring your food with you. Come on.
Yeah. Well, it's not as I say, the bread is of no interest to us. It's more the.
You don't want this at all, then?
No. I'm sure somebody will want it.
Step down outside. Come on.
Yeah.
I'll pass you
Well,
stuff
why
out
don't
to
I stay and help them? I just, as I say, I'm a legal observer. I'm entitled to assist them in leaving. I'm not resisting you guys. It's going to be all right.
Seriously?
Yes.
Put your stuff outside the gate and then come back in and grab some more. Quick. Come on.
Well...
Because you just sat in no man's land at the minute. I'd rather you put your stuff out, got another bag of stuff out. Come on.
Yeah, I'm a legal observer. This is what I do, is I make sure everything is done correctly.
If you want to help your friends, put your stuff down and come and grab some stuff quick, all right?
Yeah, okay. Oh, how are you guys doing?
Oh, mate, yeah.
Oh, what a nightmare. Nice to see you again. Oh.
Poor Peter, he will lost his all stuff with his stuff of the family as well, possibly with 2 children stuff, his own person. We have like minimum 6 hours or 24 hours, now we had 0.
You're going to knock it down.
I want to
Take the bread and use it.
No, it's okay if it's not coming. I'm just scared about myself.
I need to get some water for my dog.
Right, you're going to have to wait, unfortunately.
He said I can come back in and collect things.
Well, you've not tied the dog up and
No, I'm going to leave her vulnerable. I'll bring her with me.
Give us your bottle and I'll top it up for you.
Okay, cheers. Thanks very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. What about going to the toilet? Is that possible?
Number 1 or number 2?
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We've cleared the building now, and it's.
You said to me we can take. Sorry.
Well, your colleagues have gone back in for the last couple of bits, and that's it.
Water's off.
Oh, the water's gone off now, sir.
Water's been turned off.
Well, thank you very much.
Sorry.
There's a bottle of water. Is that water up there, Heidi? Was that fun?
Have fun, Nick.
That could possibly be water.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All his things.
Yeah, it's right again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, get.
This is his last handful, whatever he can get. We have to draw the line, otherwise.
Yeah, I know, but it's not really fair for him to come back and find.
Relative, yeah.
It's a father,
we have
a mother, and 2 kids stuff
as
together.
best as we can. We've been as fair as we can this morning. We've been here an hour now. We did say 20 minutes when we first came in, didn't we?
Yeah, but it was totally without any notice. You broke into the property and gave us no notice you were coming. So I mean, it doesn't really make sense.
It's true.
I mean,
Why they don't get the notice? It's
this
really
is England. This isn't
Or the dog
Afghanistan or Iraq or Vietnam or.
Forget the theatrics of it all.
I know. I'm just asking you.
If you have any questions about the legal cert process.
Yeah, I don't think. I think the way you're behaving is.
No, refer to the Barnet Council solicitor.
Yeah, I know, but it's heavy-handed the way you're behaving. You didn't give us notice. You broke into the property. You're saying it's all legal, but now you're saying we have to leave possessions behind because somebody isn't in the building. I don't think you have the right to do this. You know, this is England.
Yeah, we've been calling the council and their solicitor to
Any
tell us.
disputes or queries or questions, please refer it to the Barnet Council solicitor, okay?
Well, I think we might be referring it to a court of law and get you to answer what we have to say. You know, I mean, you guys should know the law. You should know what's legal and what isn't. What's right and what isn't.
It's changing now.
Within our remit, that's correct.
Whatever you can afford is legal, and if you can't afford it, it's not. It's just a new way. Or at least it's transitioning into that state.
I mean, I've never heard that you can be deprived of your property.
Do you want to take these items outside the gate, because then we can get the guys, the building guys, to secure it.
Can you tie up?
Absolutely not. Thank you very much, sir. Sorted, yeah. How are you doing? Excuse me.
Jesteś na wielkim?
To mi jak succegen funniga. You manage all that? I can walk it out if you sure? Yes, sir.
Do you want this?
So good. That's not a priority.
Do you want it or not?
Don't know whose it is.
It's ours, but...
Is it?
You don't want it? Okay.
Well, we'll pick it.
We'll put it in. And if
Well,
you need it,
let him come back. You can come and pick it up in a couple of minutes, can't you? If Petra wants it.
If Petra wants it, yes.
Sorry. Well, no, but I mean, there's no reason to leave behind anything that you own.
Thank you for the space.
Sorry?
Thank you for the space.
The space. It's been
Thank you very much, guys. All the best.
All right, thank you.
The fence is 5 places is broken. The fence is 5 places is broken.
This fence?
This big fence, I don't tell that. But 5 places is broken. Yeah. Other I Oh, I lost my ID card. Right.
In my pocket. What are the small ones?
Taxi.
Doggy, stay there.
Oh. Taxi. Taxi. Oh, taxi.
Hey, taxi! Taxi!
Doggy. Doggy, come here.
I've got a list to like get like those. Jimmy.
Vilken Jimmy?
Det måste vara Jimmy.
Väldigt sorgligt när jag ändå något mening.
Jag ger mig en massa ful.
Dåligt.
Dåligt? Det får vi... Lagyan niyo rin ba yan? Ano sa Africa ba that? May nam...
We're blocking the pavements and all that. And obviously the longer that we sit here, the more people are going to start like stopping and speaking that. I believe it's fucking sensible with him because I'm a magician and people will always end up sitting around me and all this. I don't really know what to